It's a Miracle Series Part 3. I'm trying to keep them in order, but there was a period of time I refused to use what came to me because I don't know where it came from. So I'm going to. Whiteman's Air Force Base was in the late 80s. Now this is 1997. I met someone, thought she was the perfect match. You wait till marriage, fornication, and adultery is punishable by a one-way ticket to hell. You can ask forgiveness and repentance and made clean. But this is about my marriage. I hate to say first marriage, but I was blinded by my ignorance. I thought someone that took interest in you and says they're a Christian would be truthful. I had a long journey to find out different. So I made staying pure to marriage. So I asked God, in my arrogance, that you owe me. I waited all this time, 35 years. I'll be getting married in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And I told everybody, God's going to give me 54 degrees in November 18, November 27. I can't remember what the date was. I think it was the end of November, but they're all laughing at me and making jokes. Even now it's 17 degrees in March. It's you'd be lucky to get 32, they tell me. So the miracle, if you last this long, I prayed. I said, God, I want 54 degrees. So it was snow on the ground, piles of snow. Some ground was bare, but there's piles of snow, and it was cold and everything. But the day of the wedding, it was 56, 54 degrees on the signs there, and I almost didn't get married that day, but God granted me the temperature. I had like $4,000, 3,700, two of them, plane tickets to Hawaii, locked in my luggage so I wouldn't lose them. And I'll call my future ex and said, I apologize, I lost the tickets. We can't go on our honeymoon. I got them. I said, how'd you get them? There's locked luggage. So during the marriage, or the ceremony, I turned to the crowd just before it started, and I was about to announce I can't marry a thief. But I saw all the piles of packages. About 600 people on that knew me were there, and maybe 50 from her. It was an overflowing small church. I decided to go through it, and the miracle in the ceremony is the pastor said a huge amount of information, and I was supposed to repeat it, but I didn't pay attention, so I have no clue what he just said. So at that time, I have the ability to go back and like a recording and play it back. So I stared at him for a long time. Everybody's staring at me. Then it finally comes out my mouth exactly what he said. But the ex was mad at me because I didn't look at her. I couldn't look at her because she's a thief. Um, I couldn't focus, concentrate. Um, and then afterwards, after the ceremony, we're driving to the reception area. Um, It was botched. Supposed to be armory or big thing to accommodate everybody, but uh, the the arrangements were in by other people, and they fouled it up really bad. So we got a small area to squeeze everybody into. On the way there, we passed a truck with a kid inside. The guy's driving, and it's a residential area, and we have just married and everything. This guy decided he's going to follow us and cut us off in the intersection. He takes out a tire iron like he's going to beat me or something. Even I could lift him with one hand. He's a skinny, drunken rat in my mind. That's what he looks like. Then up pulls a carload of people. Happened to be uh, Jason, my two half brothers, my gay brother, and a couple other guys come out, and they talk to him. So I drive to the reception area, and they just give me dirty looks like I did something. All I did was pass the guy, and then he didn't like it, but he thought he could whip somebody on their wedding day. Like God protected me again. So fast forward, that was the wedding day. I got my 56 or 54 degrees as I prayed to keep my vows. I could. Everyone told me to get it annulled the next day. First words out of her mouth after uh, uh, the wedding day is, "I don't have to listen to anything you say." No, you don't. So it was a battle from there on out. I don't touch her for 7 days because she schedules the wedding on her period. Bible says a woman is unclean for 7 days on her period, so that pissed her off too. Anyway, um, then we flew to Hawaii, and let's never use the word divorce. So a day or two later, I want a divorce. I said, excellent. Pay me back the $15,000 that you took, and we'll call it even. I guess I'm stuck. She goes like, well. Anyway, the first 3 years slept in the same room, and the other I was at 11 years. I slept in the living room. She would come home filthy from work and just lay in bed with her work clothes, or she would take off some. Uh, she would sleep in partial clothes from work, where everybody breathed on it. Like she worked at Walmart. I'm getting there. Hang on. uh, but I kept my vows. After 11 years, she goes, I'm going to stab you in the heart and hope you die. And so I slept with a plastic tray under my shirt in the living room, and I practiced self-defense. If someone would stab me, that it wouldn't end well. Anyway, because I think she said, I'll stab you in the heart and hope you die. Sound like a I said, you sound like a cartoon witch. And then I said, we're divorced. No, we're not divorced. Like, my word is my bond. I said, I wait 11 years till death do we part. I have to wait till that words. And I'm trapped by my own promise. So I escape from that. And here, another miracle. I'm sleeping alone in the couch 11 years later, and a voice goes, call a lawyer. I'm by myself. I said, I don't have a lawyer. So I'm making discussion with this whoever there. It sounds like God to me, like I've heard it 9+ times. And I call on the phone, this person answers, and I says, it closes in 45 minutes. Father Resource Center. And you can make it, the voice says. And on the phone, he told me a way to go. So it takes an hour and 15 minutes to get there. I make it in like 40 minutes. At 5 minutes to go, it was dark. Um, all the streets filled up. I'm driving a 1997 Suburban. There's a 4 spaces ahead. There's an empty spot on the whole entire street. Midway, University Avenue, as far as you can see, everything's taken up except for my parking spot right in front of the door. Like 4 spots. And I go in there, guy's late. I give him $20. I don't understand these papers. He looks at me like I'm stupid. I don't understand the papers. The papers said I would pay the ex $895, lose custody of your kids. I told him no to that answer, but they sat on it for like 3 weeks. And I was woken up on the couch by God and told me to go call a lawyer, got me down there, and I'm poor. They sealed their bank account. Mine's open. I got 40, 30 bucks, 80 bucks. And then they want to just take everything from me, whatever. Good luck. Uh, so I give him $20. He files papers. She ends up paying me child support because another miracle. Me and the boys hold hands. I want restitution for what she's done to me and what she's lied. And so the county sues her, and she pays me alimony. And the people chew me out about alimony, up and down, up and down. Can I say something? Sure. Yes, I agree with everything you said. She should pay me her what's due. She was behind. And they got quiet. She needed to take sensitivity classes. I'm a gentleman. I'm a good man. I'm an abused person. I've been cut, sliced, stabbed, bit, kicked, stolen from, lied about, character defamed. And I'm the guy, see? But I had to keep my word all these years. But when she said she'll stab me in the heart, hope I die, I told her, never pull a knife on me again, never throw plates or objects, never bite me, never kick me. I have to take there like a wuss or a helpless person. I can't defend myself because I swore to protect that person, to honor that person, and that person got me in a fetal position in a corner, sobbing, and she likes that, destroying me. But when she said that, it's like a whirlwind. She never heard what came out of me. Never pull a knife, a gun, anything on me again. Never do bite me, never like that, because I will take a 2x4 and bust every tooth out of your mouth. Then I'll bury you in the backyard. And she says, you're threatening me. I said, I'll make it a promise. You know, I keep my promises. 11 years to get before I got rid of you. Now, I will defend myself to the max. You are under my protection. You are no longer under my protection. You're just a stranger who wants to harm me. I will defend myself. From that moment on, she behaved because she knew it. It's like her mother came down when Josh was born, and I was attacked on the couch while I was asleep. It felt like a cat with no claws hitting your face. Bam, 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 bam. The police escorted her mother out of the property to the county line. She never came back for 5 years. The violence runs in that family. I believe she was molested by her stepdad, and that's why I helped 8 victims like that and freed 1 slave in Laos or Cambodia. Was chained to a bed, and she acts like them, very high and mighty, violent, and but when the ones I helped released all that, they become gentle, kind, respectful, but when you've been abused for 20 years by multiple guys a night, anywhere from 10 to 50, Uh, that's more than most people can take. So they have get a defense up. But she acted like that. But she denied it. But it's a fact. My instincts. You know my instincts. What I feel. Um, I go into a store. I can tell you who's a pedophile, who's a molester, who's a murderer, who's a thief. That goes into many other stories. See, this is just part 3. I'm skipping around. I'm giving you a lot of information. There's a lot more to come. A lot more. Um, I'm thinking about redoing this because this is not. There's no written anything. It's from experience for what happened to me. It's difficult to go in a timeline in my brain, but that's the marriage. I have uh, the miracle of temperature, being pure, holy to God, flashback memory, saved by a guy who wants to beat me with a metal tire iron on the wedding day. I'm all dressed up in my suit and whatever, and the car's all decorated. And then the carload of relatives takes care of the problem. And then that's part 3. There's so much I want to jump into. There was a decade or so I didn't use anything that was given to me, but I went to church and learned about God's ways and that we all have gifts. Then in the Bible, they have people that have my abilities. Like, cool. So, and someone says, you compare yourself to them? Yes. Who you compare yourself? Satan? Liar, manipulation, steal, thievery. I could see that in you, but me is like, want to do the right thing, want to help others, want to be a good person. Look up fruits of the spirit, and then I usually have my channel here, but so part 3. If you lasted this long, you must be a Christian, because if you love me, then you know Jesus. Jesus says, if you don't love your fellow man, you don't know me. Love your enemies, even forgive. All right, part 3 is over. About 18 minutes.